Hey guys, it's right on 1 o'clock, so let's get started with a bit of core. Just while people are coming in, just wanted to let you know that this is a really important thing to me is to help athletes with strength and conditioning and mobility, and core is just such an important part of it, not only for your strength in your performance as a cyclist or runner, whatever you're doing, but also just to prevent injuries and build bone density. So that's what we're going to do today. A couple of caveats. If something hurts, don't do it. If we're going for longer than you can sustain, then just relax. Join us when you can. Don't overdo it. You can always come back and do this video again. So I'm going to give you lots of options. So option one is the easiest option. If you're not sure, start there and challenge yourself later. But I'm always going to give you some challenges, so it may not be too easy either. All right, so we're going to start off with a couple of core exercises, and then in between we're going to do a bit of stretching. So the first one we're going to do is hollow body. Now, this is actually harder than it looks. So get down, and I'm going to show you option one first. So our shoulder blades are off the back, and bend your legs. The more you bend your legs, the easier it is. So shoulder blades are off the mat, arms are up, and this is option one. Hold here. If you want to test whether you're doing it right, your lower back is on the ground. If you're not sure, send me a video later and I'll tell you if you're doing it correctly. Now, if that's easy, take your legs out and obviously progress this. So slowly take them out. If that's easy, take them all the way out. Check that just your lower back's on the ground and your shoulder blades are off the ground. And for an extra challenge, arms can go straight back, biceps by the ears. And from there, we're going to hold until I've done some hollow body rocks. So this is the more advanced version. If you're with me, we're just going to do some rocks like this. So it's like a seesaw, and we're just rolling on our lower back. So once again, it's harder than it looks. So if this becomes too difficult, you just slowly progress back to here, and if that comes too difficult, then stay here. Keep going as I talk. We're just going to go for another 10 or so rocks. 1, 2, 3, just in whatever option you've chosen. And rest. Awesome. Turn around and let's warm up the wrist for the next one. So back of the fingers back towards you, and then palms down, lean forward, and then palms out to the, fingertips out to the side, rotation around, and then finally palms up to the sky, fingertips in front, and lean forward. So we're just stretching out the wrists, and we're going to get straight into the second core exercise. So option one is right arm up at the same time as the leg comes up. So it's like so, 1, 2. Stay here if you will, straightening the legs. Option two, a little bit harder, come off the knees, and it's 1, 2. Just the arms are going up, but notice how my body's not moving. So I don't lift my arm and go like this. So it's not like that, twisting the body. It's no movement from the lower body, arm up, straight up by the ear. That's option two. Now option three, we're going to do 20 of these. So whatever option you've chosen, go for it. Option three is like this. Come with me. 1, 2. So it's opposite arm, opposite leg, lots of control, no movement of the torso. 5, 6, 7. Bicep next to the ear. 10. And we've got 10 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Come straight into down dog for a little rest and a little stretch. Stretch out those calves and hamstrings. And then when you're ready, come lying on your back. And we're going to do a little challenge. So this one is a special birthday challenge for Megan. Megan Finder's birthday today. Happy birthday, Megan. This is for you, so you can challenge yourself to the hardest version. Everyone else, you might choose option one, which is like this. 1, 2, just practice because we haven't started. 3, This is option 1. And option 2, we're going to do the full lift. If you can, legs stay straight. 1, 2, bend your knees as much as you need to. 3, and join me, we're going to do 15 of these, or 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to drop back to option 1 just to show you what that looks like. So it's 1, 2, and you can bend those knees as much as you like. 3, and I'm going to do the harder version now for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Turn back around. Let's stretch out our glute here. Just come into a pigeon, right leg forward. Move around, and then switch. Left leg comes forward. Move around here, and switch. Now, we're going to go into a plank variety. Different options here once again. So option number 1, come down and just hold the plank. If you're holding the plank, try not to sink like this. I notice a lot of people do this. Keep your bottom up, but not too high, just so you can feel it in your transverse abdominis here. So that's option 1. Option 2 is to keep this really still and come with me, bring the right knee in to touch the right armpit and then back. So when you're ready, we're going to do 10 of those, 5 on each side, starting with the left leg. Try and touch the armpit or shoulder if you can. That's 1, 2, squeeze it in, really good for the hip flexors. 3, try and touch it if you can. Nice and slow here, there's no rush. In fact, we want to go really slow. So just go with my count. This is number 5, 4, 3, 2, and back to the left side, and stop. From here, we're going to come all the way up, and we're going to do a similar thing. Option 1, easier option, hold here in a high plank. Notice, don't drop down like this, stay up, pull your belly button into your spine. That's option 1. Now option 2, we're going to bring the nose into the knee or to the right shoulder if you like. So I'm just going to do it to the nose. So the right knee touches right nose, and notice my upper body lifting up high to the sky. So let's do 10 of those. 1, nice and slow. Feet come back touching. 2. Remember, you can just hold this or rest if you need. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Touch and come down. Now, for those of you who want to rest and stretch out the toes, this is your time. So sit back on the toes, clasp the fingers, lift the chest to the sky. If that's easy, roll forward, take your knees forward, and it'll be a little bit harder. For those of you who want an extra challenge, I'm going to show you a couple of little things that you can add here. So you can do what we call a planche lean. Take your fingers wide, preferably on a bit about 45-degree angle, hands out. And then from there, untuck the toes, so you're on your toenails effectively. And then come forward. So ideally, you want to come as far forward as you can, lift that chest, the upper back to the ceiling, tuck chin. And that's one option, is to hold that. The other option, more advanced version. Once again, this is quite advanced, so if you can't do it, that's okay. But I just want to show you where you can get to with this. So from here, tuck you're going to take knees into the chest, and you're going to take the toes off the ground. So coming right up, lift, arms straight, high back up into the ceiling. And you can hold that for say 20 seconds. So that's that. Let's get into now some side body oblique crunches. So from here, we take the right hand down, and it's important here that we stack the shoulder on top of the wrist. So here I've got my right foot forward, my left foot back, and right arm up to the ceiling. We drop down. If you can, go into your full range of mobility. See if you can take your right hip to the ground, and then we overarch at the top. So we squeeze all the way up even higher than parallel, all the way up really high, and then back down. So we're going to do 5 of these really slowly, starting from now. So it's 1, lift, hold, squeeze, and down. This is 2, and down. 3, and down. Feel that real squeeze at the top. 4, and down. And 5. And I should have said, I'll tell you in the next round, lift that left leg up if you can and hold it here for, say, 10 seconds. This is just an option. You can drop to your elbow if you like here too. Then I hold this for another 5, 4, 3. Don't drop it though. Now I'm going to take the foot back, come into a little back bend. So some of us will be here. If you can, take that left arm back behind you. And if you can even take both hands back and come into a wheel. This might be a bit too much of a stretch for most of you. So basically, come into whatever range you can. This left arm can come out. And then when you're ready, come all the way back, stretch, and we'll sweep to the other side. Now, if that was a bit difficult, those obliques, feel free to take the hand down, because some people have weaker wrists. So you might find that this version is a little bit better on the wrists, and it still really works the obliques. So notice here, I just want to show you what a lot of people do with this is they come to here and they're not getting the effectiveness in their obliques. You really want to pull right up high so you're overarching at the top. So let's go for 5 on this side. Left hand down and right arm up. So we come down and lift up. That's 1. 2, 3, all the way down, squeeze at the top. 4, all the way down, squeeze at the top. 5, lift that top leg if you can. So the side of the bottom foot's just digging into the mat. And then when you're ready, if you'd like to, take that right leg and just come to here if you can. If you can, get those hips even so that they're facing the ceiling. And then, if you wanted to, you can lean forward and stretch, or you can take the left hand over to the left, come up, take this right arm back, and then if you can, all the way over for a back bend. And stretch out like that. And then when you're ready, flip back over and come into butterfly stretch. So we're just going to stretch out here, and then we're going to do this again, the whole same sequence all over again, but this time we're just going to get straight into it. I'm going to take you through the options again, and we'll see how we go. So first one is hollow body rock or hollow body hold, option 1. So I'm going to take you through the options and I'll tell you when you're finished, so just come with me. So option 1, we're here, shoulder blades are off the ground, knees are as bent as possible, and we're just holding. Just relax the neck, perhaps look up at the ceiling if that's okay, otherwise tuck the chin. So we're holding here like this. If you need to rest, you can come rest and then come back. Really important here, check that the lower back's on the ground and the shoulder blades are off the ground, like so. Palms facing up. Now, to progress this, you slowly take your knees out, keeping the lower back down. As soon as the lower back comes off, that's when you know you need to hold in that position. But notice my lower back's still on the ground, so I can start to straighten the legs. I might even just hold here. If I want that extra challenge, I take the hands up and over, biceps next to the ears, and then the final version is the rock. And so that looks like a seesaw. We're rocking on that lower back. So we're just going to do 12 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, looking up at the ceiling. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 12. Nice work. All right, let's turn around and let's stretch out those wrists again. Now remember the version that you tried, maybe you'll do that one again. So remember option 1, right arm comes up as left leg goes up. Really challenge yourself here to get that leg and arm really straight, not too high, about parallel with the body. So that's option 1. Option 2, we're going to take our knees off the ground and just work the arms, but don't let the lower body move at all. 1, 2, 3. Otherwise, come with me. We're going to do 20. Let's go. Left, doesn't matter which one you start with. 3, 4. Nice and slow with control. 5, 6, 7, 8. Shoulders stacked over the wrists. And then one. Come in with a pigeon stretch. Bring that right knee all the way forward and stretch out that right glute. If you like to here, you can take this into a bigger stretch by taking the left shoulder down towards the ground. Or if you'd like to stretch out a little bit more, simply bring the right foot up closer away from you, close to the top of the mat, and then you'll get a nicer stretch there as well. So you can come forward. And when you're ready, lift up, and we're going to do the other side. So see if you can just lift this gracefully, this leg, tuck the back toes under, lift it all the way up, and then switch legs. The right leg lifts up, and bring it all the way through to pigeon. Once again, make it even, stretch it out. And now lying on our back for some special V-ups. These are dedicated to Megan for her birthday, so work hard. Option 1 or option 2. Remember, option 1, we're just going to come up and back down, up and back down, and maybe even keep the hands here. 1, 2. We're going to go for 20 this time. So whatever version you want to do, if you find that it's getting too hard, you can just rest in this position and wait for us to finish. So option 1 or option 2. If you're doing option 2, see if you can keep your legs really straight and lift your arms all the way up past your toes if you can. All right, let's go. 20 on the clock. 1, 2. Nice and slow. 3. Dynamic pull up and then slow down. 5. So notice I come up fast and then slow down. 10 more here. And last one. Nice work. All right. So let's just do a stretch into down dog and walk out the legs. Left and right, left and right. Bend one leg and straighten the other. Bend one leg, straighten the other. And then come all the way. So with this one, a couple of options. We can do any of those exercises that I showed. So we can do the Planche Lean, or if you want that extra challenge of lifting the knees, you can do that. Otherwise, you can come with me for the more simple version. We're going to come down onto our elbows. And remember, option 1 is plank and just hold this here. Option 2, working more on the obliques and the mobility in the hip flexors. We're going to do 10 of these. So start with the right leg, bring the knee all the way into the armpit and then back out. In and out. Notice what your breath's doing here, nice and regulated through the nose, in and out. 4, feel the oblique crunch as you lift the knee into the armpit. When you're ready, we're going to come up onto the hands. Now remember here, high plank. Option 1 is just to hold this. And this is quite strong. If you do it properly, you'll know you're doing it right. Lift that. So see how I'm sinking here? Lift the upper back to the ceiling. Makes it a little bit more stronger. And then from here, we're just going to do 10 of these. Right knee into the nose and out, left knee. That's 2, we've got 8 more. Nice work. And then if you like to You can sit back here on your heels and stretch them out like we did before. Otherwise, I'll take you through the harder versions here of the plank. So the further you lean forward, the harder it is on your wrists, so just be aware of that. Untuck the toes, take the wrists on a slight angle, and then you want to lean forward here as much as you can. So much so that you feel like you're going to face plant the ground. Try not to do that though. That's option one. And then option two, when I say that's option one for the crazy people. And then option two for those crazy people is to bring the knees together, feet together, arms go straight, and then lift up, push down into the ground, and hold. And like I said, you can hold that for about 20 seconds, or whatever. And then if you like, kick the legs back, and then come into down dog, bend the knees, and then back into down dog, bend the knees, back into down dog. We're going to finish off with our oblique over arches. So option one here is to come down to the elbow, or to keep the bottom leg. So in my case, I'm on my right hand, the right knee can stay down, and you can keep the bottom knee down there and then lift up and like so. But I find that it just doesn't get into the obliques as much. So if you can, do it down here on your elbow, like this, or come up. You get more of a range of motion here if you're on your right wrist, and then come all the way down for 5. 1, come down slow and then up fast. 2, over arch at the top. 3, 4, and 5. Hold that there. Lift the top leg if you will for about 10 seconds. Push down into that right hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay there. Let the left leg come down, and then just push both hips up to the ceiling. Both hips up, and then if you can, bring that other hand back behind you and stretch out. And then switch or come up to the other side. This time we've got our left hand down. I'm just going to switch around for you. And our right arm up in the air. So with the feet, I like to stack the feet. So my left hand, so my left foot is in front. Some people like to put the feet on top of each other, and that's fine as well, but I find that you're more concentrating on your balance and then you're less working on your obliques. So it's just up to you. Left, down and up for 1, 2, 3, 4, and last one, 5, and then we'll hold this leg up the top for a couple of seconds. Say 5 more. Notice here too, you're getting into your lat as well, your left lat. Push from here, and then come over into your stretch. So most of us are just going to take that right arm back like this and keep those hips even as we stretch back. And then when you're ready, come all the way down, switch around to the front. We're just going to stretch out. So both legs come forward, and just wherever you can reach, we're trying to get our chest towards our toes. So we're not trying to round our back here, we're keeping our back really straight, and we're anterior tilting the lower back as much as possible, sticking your bum out and coming forward. So if you can, your heels might even come off the ground because you're dorsiflexing your feet and you're literally just sitting on your calves here, but it'll give you a nice calf stretch and hamstring stretch, and then come all the way forward. And after this, we're going to stretch out those the quads, because most people have probably been cycling today. Unfortunately, I didn't make it out, but if you did, then you'll probably need to stretch out those quads. So let's do that. The left leg comes back behind you, and we're just going to stretch out here by coming forward again. So this is just a little bit more of a hamstring stretch on the right. And then switch, and then we'll get into the quads. Right leg comes back, and then lean forward. Remember, if you're not flexible, then even more of a reason to do it, because you need it, and also it's easier. You don't have to work as hard to get a stretch. So if you haven't already seen, I've put out a couple of stretching videos, so feel free to watch those. And I've got a special challenge for everyone. I'd love you to participate. So I've got 21 workouts that I've professionally videoed, resistance training, stretching, everything. And it's for 21 days. And if you started that on Monday, we're just going to stretch the hamstrings here. So option 1 is to come to here. If you're not getting enough of a stretch here in the hamstrings, drop down to your elbows. And then even if you need more of a stretch, you can lie down and hold on to opposite elbows. So we're just going to hold this for a bit. So the challenge is that I've got these 21 workouts. I'm going to make them 50% off. And reason being, I really want to help people. And I feel like this is a great time to really get into mobility and stretching and building up that bone density with resistance training. So for the first 10 people that are interested, that sign up at a 50% discount, I'm also going to give you a 30-minute full body assessment where I'm going to chat with you on Zoom, I'm going to watch your movements, and I'm going to give you an assessment of your range of movements, and I'm going to give you some specific things to work on. So I'll put the notes in the video. And one of the main reasons for doing this too is I want to donate 25%. I'm going to donate 25% of everything to an organisation, take your legs out wide, called aware.org. And they're a business here in Singapore that help the people the ladies and the children that are getting experiencing domestic violence. And at this time, you can imagine that's just horrific. So I'd really like to help. So that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, if you want to know more, just send me a message. We're just going to do a side stretch to finish off. So we've worked those obliques, and now we're going to stretch them off. So we drop the right hand down, and we lift up and over. Feel that stretch on that left side body. And take it all the way over. Maybe look up at that top hand. Elbow pushes down. If you need more of a stretch, you can drop the right shoulder down and come all the way over. Hold on to that left foot. And remember, twist and look up. And then slowly let that top arm come all the way up and over to the other side. Left shoulder drops or left elbow. And then all the way over. And if anyone's got any questions about today's workouts, perhaps you'd like me to have a look at a video of you doing one of those exercises just to comment on your form, feel free to WhatsApp me or DM and I'll respond. Come forward, pull your chest forward. So rather than rounding your back here, we want to pull your chest forward, really opening up the adductors. So the inner thighs, stretching them out. And pull yourself forward. And of course, some of you might be like this. That's okay, it doesn't actually matter. As long as you're getting that really nice stretch in the adductors, that's all you need to worry about. And then coming in, final twist. In fact, I think we might lie down for that. So lying on your back, right leg stays straight as you take the left leg over. And if you can here, we want to keep the left shoulder on the ground. Left arm out straight. Look over at your left hand. And then slowly switch. And left leg comes down, right leg over. So this is a really good time to start thinking about, you've got sort of like 21 days from Monday of lockdown where you can go, okay, well, what can I sort of work on that I don't normally have time to work on with my fitness and health? And if you'd like to even have a chat about what that goal could be, I'd be happy to help you with that in terms of how to reach that and what sort of practice you'd need to do every day, whether it's around nutrition or whether it's around a particular thing that you'd like to get. So a lot of people are asking me at the moment about a handstand. They want to get a handstand. or they want to get like a muscle up, or they want to just get more flexibility, they want to be able to touch their toes, whatever it is, maybe core strength, maybe a six-pack, I don't know, whatever it is that you want, it's definitely achievable, and now's a great time to do it. And you can look back on this time and go, well, this was good for so many things. On that note, thank you very much. Look forward to our next workout. I'll be posting once or twice a week with a workout, but I'd love your support, and I'd love to help you out with the 21 days of workouts starting on Monday. You can sign up now, and like I said, the first 10 people, I'm going to give you a 30-minute assessment, which is normally $100. So for you, it's just part of it. Thanks a lot, and have a good Easter. See you later.